We're going to be looking at one of the more challenging setups in eTeacher, and that involves a special education class comprised of students from grades 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now during the day, these students come together for mathematics, language, and their homeroom class, and then separate out into their grade-specific classes for the rest of the day. So let's set this up. We'll be using School Manager. And once in School Manager, you'll want to ensure that you've selected your school of interest on the left-hand side. Next, we'll make our way to the Classes tab, and we'll be interested in creating 3 new courses. We'll click on the Create Course option. Here, it expects a code field. Now the code is comprised of subject ID, colon, and then the grades involved. If you need a reference, you'll often find these courses listed directly below. So for the subject of homeroom, we'll be using 20, colon, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll give it an appropriate name. And then selecting the necessary grades. So this will be for grades 5, 6, 7, and 8. Next, we'll choose the appropriate subject, homeroom. And when we're satisfied with these changes, we'll go ahead and hit save. We'll repeat this for language, code 21, 5, 6, 7, 8. And assign the grades of 5, 6, 7, and 8. And one more, it's mathematics, code 23, grades, and subject. Great, so we have 3 new courses. Besides each, you'll find a little plus sign. If you click on the plus sign, it'll open it up, and you'll see any enrolled classes. So we'll go ahead and create 3 new classes for our new courses. So we'll click on Class under Mathematics. We'll give it the name of Special Education for periods 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll assign the teacher to this class. So on the right-hand side, you'll see Show Only and the option for Teacher. If you set this radio button, you'll be presented with a list of all your teaching staff for your school. Go ahead and we'll select the appropriate teacher and save our changes. We'll make the same addition of a class to each of these courses. So for language, special education, reports 1, 2, and 3, and we'll select our teacher. Homeroom, one, 2, and 3, and our teacher. So we have 3 new courses, and we have created a class within each of these courses and set the appropriate teacher. So now we can turn our attention to setting up the profiles for all these students per grade. So we're going to go into our Homeroom tab, and we're going to create our first profile. So we'll click the Create Homeroom Profile. We will give it the name of B. No. So we're going to go ahead and build our profile. So we're going to go So in the Homeroom tab, we are going to go ahead and create a new profile. We'll give it a name. This will be Special Education. And we're going to go ahead and start building specific classes for grades. We'll start off with grade 6. I'm going to choose the appropriate subjects for grade 6. Well, first I'll filter out my courses by using the show grade filter. I'll choose 6, and I'm going to start assigning the regular grade 6 classes. In the Homeroom tab, we're going to first begin by creating a new profile. We'll click on the Create Homeroom Profile. We'll choose Profile Name. We'll give it the name of Special Education. And I'm going to begin by creating a profile for my grade 6 students. So I'll filter out my available courses by choosing the Show Grade filter to just show me the grade 6 specific courses. And then I'll begin by choosing the courses that we just created under the Classes tab. So I can tell these are, oh my god. We're going to start by creating a new homeroom profile. So we'll choose Create Homeroom Profile. We're going to give it a name of Special Education. And we're going to begin by assigning a profile for our grade 6 students. So I'm going to filter out my courses to just show the grade 6 specific courses available. And I'll begin by choosing the courses that we just created under the Classes tab. So by 20:5678, I know that this is one of the courses that we just created for Homeroom. So I'm going to check this off. And under the class column, I'm going to ensure that I deselect the new class option and choose the new class that we created called Special Education. When we do that, you'll see that the teacher assigned pops up immediately. For mathematics, we'll check this off, choose the Special Education course, and again confirm the teacher name. For language, we will again check it off and choose the special education class that we've just created. Next, I need to assign my other grade 6 courses, so I'm going to go ahead and choose French, Social Studies, Science and Technology, Physical Education, Visual Arts, until I have the full complement. Now, you will typically be setting up a class like this following the setup of other classes in the school. You'll see by default you have the option for new class. Odds are good that you will be choosing from a pre-existing class using the drop down. So once we've made our assignments and we're happy with these selections, we're going to go ahead and hit the Create button down below. This will create this profile, create the classes, and assign these teachers to these classes. We're now interested in looking at our grade 6 students, so I'm going to move over to the Students tab. And I'm going to begin by filtering out all grade 6 students. So you can choose the grade filter here, choose grade 6, and search. Now a handy view that I use quite often is the Edit List view. This will give you a table view where you can see all your students all at once and allow you to make modifications to a number of their demographic fields. So we'll go ahead and click Edit List. And here I can go through and identify the special education students that need to be added to my class. So I've got 1, 2, 3. If there's any others that need to be added, you can go ahead and modify the homeroom profile as necessary. Once I've made the changes and I'm happy with the assignments that have been created here under the homeroom tab, I'll go back and save. We're going to return to the homeroom tab, choose the special ed course, and up at the top we have the batch update students option. This will allow you to apply this profile to all students who have the Under the Homeroom tab, we're going to go ahead and reselect our Special Ed profile. And up at the top, under Tools, we have the Batch Update Students option. By clicking on Apply Now, we can go ahead and assign this profile to any student with the profile name of Special Ed in their homeroom assignment. So let's go ahead and apply this profile now. We get a confirmation saying that 3 students have now been added to this profile. So we've taken those 3 students in our grade 6 class and added them to our special ed profile. So they've received the full complement of grade 6 classes, plus they've been assigned to the shared classes of homeroom, language, and mathematics. Next, we want to do the same thing for other people. Next, we want to apply this profile to our grade 7 students. So we're going to go ahead and create next we want to assign this to our grade. Next we also want to set up, next we want to move along to our grade 7 students. So we can go ahead and create an additional homeroom profile. We'll be calling this one Special Education 7. Filtering our courses by grade to only show the grade 7 courses. I'm going to go ahead and select the grade 7 specific classes, and I'm going to ensure that I choose the common class that we set up initially. So the homeroom will be checked off, and I'll check Special Education. Language and mathematics are also given the same treatment. We want to make sure that we choose the special course for special education and choose the appropriate special ed class. I'll fill out the rest of my profile for science and technology, physical education, until I have the full complement of grade 7 classes. Next, I'll select my teachers for this profile. And when I'm satisfied, I will move to the bottom and click the Create button. So I have a new grade 7 specific profile with the shared classes, and I now need to apply it to our grade 7 special ed students. So we're going to move over to the Students tab, filter the students by grade 7, open up the table view by clicking Edit List, and review the students that I have, verifying under the homeroom column that I have students listed for Special Education 7, matching the profile that I just created. Again, if you have an additional student to add to your special ed student profile, we'll go ahead and modify the homeroom profile to Special Ed 7. When we're satisfied with these changes, we'll go up, click Save, return then to the Homerooms tab, reselect Special Education 7, and use our Batch Update Students tool to apply these grade 7 special education students to this profile. So we'll click Apply Now, confirm, and we'll receive a confirmation from the system that we've now added 3 additional students to this profile. If you want to review any of these changes, it's easily done. We'll go back to the Students tab. We're going to be taking a look at our student roster here under grade 7. I've got a special education student here, and I can scroll down and review their class assignments, verifying that they are indeed enrolled in the shared class for special education. Now for grade 8 and grade 5, the same process applies. We'll be going into the Homeroom tab. We'll be creating profiles for grade 5 and grade 8, making sure that we have the common classes of Homeroom, Language, and Mathematics chosen with the appropriate class, and then building the additional common classes for grade 5 and common classes for grade 8. And that's all that there is to it. That's it. And that's all that there is to it.